welcome to the Paper Snob. This is Tara. I am going to be doing Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. This is day 4. This sketch was created by Galaxy Girl Creations, Miss Janet. And this is kind of a fun sketch. And while I'm not going to go completely rogue, I'm going to flop it like this. So let's get started. I'm going to talk about what I'm creating with. I created a kit that I'm just simply calling my Circus Kit. I can provide a link below. There's a video showcasing everything in the kit. And I pulled stuff from that kit to create this layout. I printed some photos. I'm only going to use 3 of these. I printed 4 because I didn't want to waste this side when I was printing. So I have these photos that I'm going to create with, and then I'm going to just get started working. So I'm going to fast forward it and I'll be right back. So y'all, I've had this paper in my stash for a long time. I bought some papers specifically for these photos, and I'm not even using that in this layout. They're in my Circus Kit, but I'm not going to use them in this layout. These papers are from 2013. One of them is a My Mind's Eye paper, and the other is an old Maggie Holmes paper. The gray dot, I went ahead and cut down like the sketch shows so that I would you wouldn't have to see me struggle with that on camera. And then I cut it down a little bit farther and kind of made it inset instead of covering up the entirety of my pink background paper. I cut off that colorful strip from the ticket paper because I wanted to bring some color to draw your eye down towards the bottom of the page, and then I used a piece from the gray dot. I'm going to flip it over and use the yellow and white striped section for the 2 borders along the bottom, and then I'm just going to cut them off with my scissors. So I'm going to use that bright multicolored pattern paper that you could see in my stack of stuff in the beginning of the video to mat my photos. I'm going to cut down the mats to just under 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, and but first I'm going to make sure that these photos are actually going to fit across this, because in the sketch the photos are in portrait mode, not landscape, and I want to make sure that I don't need to trim my photos down before I cut my photo mats. So one of the sheets in my Circus Kit had a set of cut apart cards on the back of it, and this one says the time they went to the circus, and I am cutting it down because I know that it is not going to fit if I don't cut it down. And you're going to see as I'm building the layout that I'm going to tuck those elephants up underneath that middle photo, kind of towards the right of it, and then I'm going to take the piece that I cut off the bottom and I'm going to just tuck it underneath and just kind of make it shorter so that it will fit on my layout. But I really want to use that. So I also saved the tickets from our trip to the circus, and I want to make sure that they show up on this layout. This is going to be one of the first layouts in this series of circus layouts that I have to do. I think I have about 10 layouts to complete in total, and so I wanted to include these tickets on one of the first pages. I'm gonna kind of just tuck them above those top photos for now as I tuck some of the other embellishments and elements that I pulled from my Circus Kit to use on this layout. I really want to use those hot air balloons. They're clear, but they're colorful. They're really pretty, and I'm going to use those in place of the circles that Janet has on the original sketch. So I also included in my kit a set of chipboard from Crate Paper's Wild at Heart. I don't think I have any of the pattern paper from that collection, and I picked up the chipboard from Tuesday morning, and it has a couple of things in it that I want to use for my circus. Most of the items in that chipboard is related to the beach and summer, so it's not going to work, but Make Today Magical and the hearts that I pulled from it are going to work perfectly in this kit for all of my circus photos. So I did go ahead and glue down all of the elements off camera, and now I'm going to come in and I'm going to add these sequins. These are self-adhesive sequins. Those are my favorite kind because they don't get lost and they don't get stuck on everything. So I'm going to try to use some of these on here. They're gold and they're pretty, and they go with some of the gold elements that I've already put on the layout. I just want to get a little bit of extra detail put on this layout. I will also journal off camera. There, I put a little journaling circle down there in the bottom border, but I didn't journal on it just yet. I'll do that off camera. I also want to add a piece of this black and white striped ribbon, and I've tied a bow, and now I'm going to decide where it's going to end up. So once I have finished putting that bow on there with the glue dot, I turned off the camera, but then after the camera was turned off, I decided to do some pin stitching, which you're going to be able to see in these close-up photos at the end of the video. Thank you for stopping by my channel today. Make sure you click on that collaborative playlist below in my description box so that you can see what all the other ladies are doing with this beautiful sketch today. Bye.